up everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome. And today I've got some more cat art because my last video were a cat one as well, but this time it's in acrylic, so it's my first non-dog acrylic painting that I'm going to be having on my channel. It's nice to have something a little bit different for you guys rather than just all dogs, and especially when it's quite often the same kind of dog as well. So here we have Scruffy and Ajax, and Scruffy is the cat that I'm working on first. And these cats are both deceased now, so this is a memorial tribute portrait of these two. I'm working in my usual acrylics, which is mostly Winsor & Newton Professional at this time anyway, some Liquitex as well. And I'm working on Fabriano Artistico hot press watercolour paper, £300 weight, and it's A4 size. So that's around about 11ish by 8ish inches for them that's in USA. I've listed all the materials that I use underneath in descriptions, and there's links to them to Amazon as well if you want to have a look, and I do get a little bit of a commission for that. The links are for amazon.co.uk, that's because I'm in UK, so I'm not sure about doing one for US yet. I've got to see if I can figure that out because most of my viewers are in US. I did actually have somebody buy some via one of them links recently, some Frisk black cards, so whoever that were, I hope that you enjoy that paper, and thank you very much. So anyway, I've been trying to think of some more tutorials to do, acrylic ones that is. So if there's any that you want to see, like maybe from this painting or any other paintings that I've already done on my channel, then just let me know in comments and I'll see about making one. There's not much point asking me for stuff that I've not done because I have to rely on the commissions that I get in order to do the tutorials, because I don't have time to just draw extra stuff. The commissions are what's paying me bills, so it's whatever I've got already on my channel or what I've done since then, and I've just not put it up on YouTube. And also I've been thinking more about a Patreon and what I'd put on it that is like extra to what I put on here, and I was just wondering, for them that's asked me about doing a Patreon, what would you think if I just did the footage from paintings all in real time and just put it all together, so it was sort of like maybe 15-20 hours long, and just posting that. I don't think I'd have time to narrate all that amount of footage, it's just too long. I mean, I'm all on doing a video this length and doing voiceover for this, so narrating something like that's as long as that, I don't think I'd be able to do it. So it'd just be like sort of without any sound, because I might have had music or something playing in background, so I'd probably just get rid of sound and then just have it like playing in real time, and then people would be able to like ask questions at certain points, what I would do in things like that, and I'd be able to answer questions at least. But the actual narration, it's probably going to be a bit much doing that for that amount of footage. So anyway, let me know what you think to that, and that'll be like at least one idea, and I've already got quite a few paintings and whatever that I've already done, and drawings, when I've got all real-time footage that I could actually, you know, make up and start getting on there. And then I'll see about actually starting a Patreon, and then any other ideas that you've got as well, just let me know, because obviously I've got no idea what I'm doing, so any ideas is going to be useful. So now I'm coming towards the end of Scruffy, and it's just whiskers and things like that, dreaded whiskers. I always struggle getting whiskers because I've got really shaky hands, and getting the paint to flow nicely without it being too thick or splodging and that kind of thing. I always struggle with it. I don't know whether anybody else does. And then I can move over to Ajax and make a start on him. So Ajax reminds me of a cat that we used to own years ago called Nico, and it's got very similar markings, but Ajax more blue and white and Nico were black and white. We had similar markings, but he had very similar face, and Nico's mouth used to hang a little bit as well, like Ajax's. We lost Nico quite young from feline infectious peritonitis, so he was only about 3 years old when we lost him. But when he was a kitten, he fell out of a 4th floor masonette window as well and shattered all his jaw, and managed to survive that. And then we ended up losing him at 3 anyway from feline infectious peritonitis. So yeah, he did remind me of him. I've got a picture of Nico at top of stairs looking down at me, and he's got exactly the same look on his face, with same mouth just hanging that little bit as what Ajax has got in this one. I've not owned cats myself for quite a number of years now, because I always stick to dogs, and dogs that I've got, they tend to be a little bit too obsessed with them as well anyway. But I enjoy drawing and painting cats. It's not very often I get the paintings of them, but I do have a couple more in list now. Actually, the same client that had this one done has ordered a couple more. It's going to be the same as this, with 2 cats each on same size, so they'll be happening in a few months because I've got a few other paintings to do first. I've also just had one ordered of a full litter of border collie puppies. Going to be 7 puppies all in a row, so that's going to be something a little bit different. That's going to be coming later on this year. So you've probably noticed that I keep coming in with a red handled brush, and it's just a cheap detail brush that I got on Amazon. Came as part of a set, and to be honest, they've been quite good for getting a nice soft fur on these cats, because the reference photos were actual professional photographer work, and it had quite, you know, small depths of field, so with they opened their aperture quite up on camera, so the parts that cat were sort of like a bit blurred and soft, and then just parts of them were like in focus and sharp. But these brushes were quite good at getting a nice soft effect. So anyway, I've linked to them below in description, so you can go and have a look at them. And then obviously for the more pronounced details, you know, where I want a bit more refining, I'm using my usual Cotman, you know, Winsor & Newton. There was some backlighting coming through his ear flaps in this photo, so you've got some brighter, fleshier tones that's showing up here, where he's not got black pigment, and then some like bluish lilac kind of tones, like where you've got some pigment and the light's still trying to come through. I really like the look of backlighting, because when you apply it to edges of your subject, it really makes it pop forward from the background, and I just really like that effect. So when photographing animals as references, don't be afraid to put them with light behind them, as long as you illuminate them from front a little bit as well. But yeah, if you've got a source of light behind them, it always looks nice. I have a border collie painting coming up as a video soon as well, and that's got a nice example of backlighting on it as well. So I'm coming towards Ender Ajax as well, and the dreaded whiskers as well again. I think his were a little bit more pronounced than Scruffy's as well, so I had to concentrate even more for these. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you want to get a like, and if you've not subscribed, then if you want to consider doing that, if you want to see future uploads. And if you want to donate to the channel, then there's super thanks as well underneath. And also a big thank you to anyone that's still actually watching, because a lot of people don't watch these videos all the way through, so big thank you to you that is still watching. And I think that's going to do it for this video, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye!